dreadful chill hath settled upon the realm of Britain, for it hath endured a desolation of 16 winters, bereft of a high king to guide and unite the land. The Supreme Collegium, entrusted with the sacred duty to anoint a rightful sovereign, hath faltered in its solemn task, lamented the whispers among the people. The 9 surviving legates, their voices entangled in a web of protocol and precedence, hath failed to act. Alas, it seemeth the twilight of the Collegium, as a potent body hath descended upon us. Throughout the land, tales abound of tribute paid, but alas, it floweth not into the coffers of a worthy ruler, but rather into the hands of invaders and those ill-fitted to the throne. The noble lords of Logris, once stalwart pillars of our realm, have been laid low, though some secrets lie shrouded in mystery. Duke Ulfius, a survivor of many a harsh winter, findeth himself enshrouded in whispers of a shadowy alliance with the treacherous South Saxon. Duke Corneus, long in hiding, hath emerged from the shadows, and as he journeyed northward with exiles from Hanton, a fateful clash hath erupted at the border of East Saxon. In the wake of many a raid upon Caerwent, key strongholds once lost hath been reclaimed. The Irish, like a relentless horde, wage war upon the lands of Gales, swarming in their thousands, akin to vermin unleashed upon the fields. Norgales, in the throes of despair, offereth tribute to the mountain tribal leaders, known as the 3 Cadlus. These Cadlus, in their quest for willing souls to join their cause, dangle the allure of plunder. Yet, little plunder will be found in battling against the Irish. In the heart of Cambria, the kingdoms of Escavalon and Cameliard convene beneath the banners of peace, a meeting graced by the presence of the illustrious kings Leo de Grance and Nanteleod. King Idris of Cornwall hath need of willing souls, and the castellan of Castle Dimmock in Tintagel doth seek volunteers for his cause to defend against the King of Cornwall. King Cerdic of Wessex, ever the ambitious warlord, raiseth a formidable host, and seeketh the aids of mercenaries. A fleet of ships, a foreboding harbinger of strife, hath also been amassed under his banner. In the fabled lands of Salisbury, the great Marshal's tournament hath been postponed, for news of turmoil along their western borders hath reached their ears. The Castle Woodhouse, a bastion once held by the late Prince Madoc, and a hoary hill fort of Westford Castle, are said to have fallen under the dominion of mercenary armies. Yet the superstitious whisper of fey-folk and giants, laboring to reclaim what was lost in the days of Uther's invasion of the magician king's Summerland.
Okay.
And we're live.
Sorry, tangents.
No, it's good. We were just getting caught up, and I was about 10 minutes late getting in the door. Welcome to another episode of Nanteleod's Legacy. We're back with Trent this time, and we've got a new guy joining, but he's not joining tonight. So let's just do some quick intros. We'll start with Yampa.
It is Yampa, newlywed, playing Saroon, hyped as ever.
It's true. Wergar.
Hey guys, it's Wergar playing Cerdic again, ready to get up to some new antics, and hopefully the king will listen to a petition that Cerdic has.
Awesome. I like when players have ambitions. It makes it fun. Drax.
Yeah, I'm Drax playing Serene, and I'm trying to be a good religious knight while not being a totally blatant rip-off religious knight. Yeah. And last game was pretty cool. I had a pagan dude give me some advice during the feast and stuff, so that was fun. Looking forward to possibly getting some of my own territory and stuff, or dealing with my uncle because he seems to be rather cowardly, which is not appropriate.
That's fair. And we'll go to Bert next.
Bert over here playing Sir Cormac. And I'm really just kind of angry that everyone thinks I'm renouncing God at this point. Either I need to hit something or I just need to pray the anger away. I don't know which one's gonna work. We'll find out this episode.
Maybe we will. All right, and Trent.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Trent. I apologize for my absence. I left going to the forest, and weekends are a great time for it. Looking forward to getting back into it and figuring out what that big old idiot Gwydier's been up to. Nightbot's yelling at me for putting too many exclamation points in.
Bob. You're muted, Bob.
Yeah, they can't deal with your excitement.
Oh yeah, fair. I was just saying that I always catch like just the side corner of Trent's face. I was just trying to adjust the camera. I got it now. Got it. You're good.
Oh, sorry.
I know I move around a lot too, so
yeah,
I'm a squirmy dude.
And I've got really small cameras because there's so many players. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
I could actually make more of a camera view, I suppose. And Nightbot's gonna hate you for everything. That's how Nightbot is mean. Really biased towards certain players too. So Megan gets a lot. Yeah.
So he's anti-Gwydier then? That is not appropriate, sir.
All right. Speaking of Gwydier, I've got one of 3 options for where Gwydier was, and we're gonna. So
yeah, sure.
Option 1, you ended up in Cornwall, and you ended up fighting in the defenses of Escavalon County, or Devon County, as it was known towards the end, and
with my favorite guy Florence,
and participated in a hard loss, but that is an option. It gives you a little bit of glory. Second option is a romance with the lady that you met in the forest that you promised to meet up with. We could go more with that kind of route if you wanted to kind of have that be the focal point of what your solo looked like, or alternatively, you ended up in Forest Sauvage under perhaps news that Merlin was sighted there. So you're on like the trail of Merlin.
They're so good. They're all great options. I think given that I have a passion for Lyriathar, I have to go with that. As much as I would love to just go join a war that is none of my business.
Right. If anyone in this crew would join a war that wasn't their business, I feel like Gwydier would be that guy. It's like how was he there?
For sure. Yeah, I just heard there was a battle and I had nothing to do, so I just rode down there by myself.
Yeah.
Which sounds thing.
You're on the road in like Summerlin. You're like, what? War's down south? I'll be there.
Yeah,
in a minute."
okay. I mean, I think actually that's what happened. I think that he was on his way to join the war that he heard was happening. He'd gotten the leave of Nanteleod. He's like, hey, do you need me? Because otherwise I'm going to go fight some dudes. And then on my way down, I got distracted by Lyriathar again and just never made it.
That's even better. They're like, is he
Yeah.
dead? We don't know. As a result, you didn't find out that Rune's wedding took place while you were away, so you missed Rune's wedding.
Makes sense.
One will remember that.
Hey, he knew it was coming, and he left your bride a present.
There you go. See, yep. There you go.
Thank you.
You owe me one, cousin.
What is your
I do.
passion level, Gwydir, for her?
13.
13. Okay. We're gonna up that to 16, make it famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. That can't go wrong at all.
Yeah.
Totally wrong.
And we're gonna give you like 20 glory for that, just for like for
Spending time
solidifying.
with a,
Yeah. For the
for burning a seal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll let
It is a furry. Brilliant.
Tick flirting and romance and lustful.
Okay. Thank you.
And
Weirdly, I already had 2 of those teeth.
yeah. Oh, you probably did actually. Like,
Yeah.
That's not surprising. It's Gwydir we're talking about.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then I suppose we can just quickly check and see if anything went interesting there. So I'm just going to use the Oracle stuff. Won't spend a lot of time, but like we'll just figure out like at a high level if anything interesting took place.
Sure.
Give me 2d100.
Death, destruction, and mayhem.
Separately? I'm just
Yeah. It makes it easier.
31 9.
31 and 9. Okay, so uncover. That's usually a good start. Wound
Yes! Uncover seal.
or hope. One sec. Defeat hope. That doesn't sound great.
No.
Yeah.
That depends on whose hope you're defeating.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay. Let me think here. Okay, I got an idea. We're gonna play off the idea of. I think she knows a great many things, more from the fairy lore side of the fence, and I think you learn a bit more about Uther, about what the sword represents, what Excalibur represented, about how he sort of failed it, and like in a sense the land is wounded, or at least from her perspective.
Right. So she sort of explains that the king of Britain is tied to the land of Britain in a very real way.
Yeah, one land, one king, very much. Yeah, that's kind of the focus of it. That the two are tied together, and it's not just the king, but like the rightful high king is kind of the concept.
Nanteleod.
We'll give you right exactly. I was
Well,
about to say that.
Yeah.
And Nanteleod. You can have folklore tick, a fairy lore tick, and I don't know. Maybe just those two is good. I can't think of a third.
Yeah.
Apply.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect.
Gracias.
Yeah, no problem. Right, so that gives you at least some hero way cover, and we can dive in from there. We are nearing the end of the year, and I'm going to go over a few things that took place that you guys are learning about in the fall. So this is after Sir Rune's wedding. You learn that Cornwall, because we didn't do winter phase yet, right? Or did we?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Because we haven't done winter feast yet either. So. The Kingdom of Cornwall has conquered yet another county of Logris. a county that was known as Escavalon that changed its name to Devon towards the end when it took a new count. It has lost to the Kingdom of Logres under King Idris. And yeah, that's a bigger event. On top of that, there is kind of confirmation that the Kingdom of Essex has continued to lose ground in what was once conquered Caerwent. So Caerwent has started to establish its freedom again. But in the process, the county of Huntland has bent a knee of loyalty to Essex. So kind of the second hot buzz that we got of yet another Logres or Cymric like lord bending the knee to Saxons.
Which one was that bent the knee?
The county of Huntland, which was without a count, so that might be part of the problem.
Okay.
There were a series of selfish lords, right? And maybe a few unselfish lords. So,
Yeah.
Down in Sussex, the county of Silchester is apparently working as an alliance with Sussex now. So that is Duke Ulfius, the once great loyal sidekick, effectively, of Uther, Pendragon, is now working with another Saxon kingdom called Sussex. And then finally, this Wessex was successful last year in taking over the Isle of Wight. So Wessex is expanding, and that's yet another Saxon kingdom. So there is now Wessex, Sussex, Kent, Essex, Dira, and Nohat. All Saxon kingdoms on the island.
Okay, so a good chunk of the southern shore is all Saxon now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Eastern Shore.
And the eastern shore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You'll see this map reflects your expansion into Breccianog.
Okay.
So
Yep.
these mountains are now solidified by you guys.
Good.
And
Thanks, Rune.
Thanks, Rune.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Rune. You're awesome.
Estragales is still in that state that you were aware of before.
Not for long.
That's fair. We'll see.
You beat up that kid.
Up north, there's lots of rumors of the three Cadwe or Cadloos, it should be, but I didn't write this map, so thanks, Brown, for writing a great one. But three Cadloos are running this. They're effectively three famous mountain men from good lineage that have started to take over what little was left of Norgales. Norgales used to expand from Gomerant to Norgales effectively. Now it's just this tiny kingdom. And it makes sense because their king is still an absent king. King Pellinor.
Yeah.
Still absent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nerd.
Yeah, Varys remembers that.
And that is all the recaps. I know that's a lot, but I just wanted to give you guys the ever-moving target.
Yeah, it's a busy time.
Your allies were the ones from Cameliard. That's where your allies that visited last time, that's where they're from. So there's just this kingdom of Powys.
Quite the journey. Yeah.
It's not short. But I mean, keep in mind this is Britain, so it's probably only like a week or two.
Yeah.
If not for the forest, if you had a car, it'd be really short.
What is Escavalon's relationship with Powys?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that since they're in between us and our ally.
You don't really have a lot of information on it. What you know is that they haven't acted against Escavalon directly and vice versa. But they have traditionally been like a very powerful group of at the center here. As their territory
for the time
seems
being, they're just kind of being neutral at this point, not involving themselves.
Sounds like an avenue we can approach throughout the rest of the if
Join
we
us
have
or
time.
die.
Let me give you I'm just going to give you the little thing on Powys, because I think they have like a nice little thing on it. 1 sec.
2 hours drive from Cardiff to Stafford, which is Carlian.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's considered a land of wild hill tribes.
2 days walking. That would be walking non-stop though, so probably about a week. Well done, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to
So
it.
they're
I'm having to do that a lot.
Yeah.
So Powys, I guess their big point right now is they're technically considered the most powerful of several mountain kingdoms in central Cambria.
Okay, so
So-
they're another mountain kingdom.
And they have a
Cool.
Rune Castle, spelled just like Sir Rune's name.
Oh,
That's
Cool.
just fate. That's just
Yeah.
fate, baby. I'm just
yeah,
right.
yeah. Rune's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
own
You
it
gotta-
at some point.
I think
Yeah.
we should.
You got to get it. This has to be.
Yep.
to be.
New personal ambition.
Yeah.
The Rune must take Rune. Yep.
Oh, I just had a thought.
Just one.
It's never a good thing.
Now that's very
Yeah.
dangerous. Now
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
very dangerous.
I think Gwydia might have spoken to Lyriathar about the prospect of her becoming a Christian because he wants to marry her, obviously, and and Nanteleod told him that he has to marry a Christian woman. So he's like, "Well, there's only one solution."
Is this your Moor?
Yeah. The seal,
Oh boy.
Christian seal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selkie. Let's that'll be really interesting conversation. So
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Why don't you test me like a courtesy and I'll allow you an auto +5 for like your Amor for her.
Can I have orate instead? Bully her instead of being polite.
I think yeah. I will give you an orate test, and if you're successful, I will give you a bonus on top of that to courtesy, so you can have +10.
Okay.
Whittier's got this.
No, I hope he doesn't. This is preposterous. It should never work.
No, it's totally gonna work.
Okay, pass. All right.
Works.
It's gonna work.
Again, courtesy. I'm now having a +5 or +10.
+10.
Okay.
Oh, this is totally gonna work.
Come on, courtesy. Hey.
Yes.
All right.
A good
So
approach.
the good news is it goes over not as bad as it could.
Mhm.
But she
That's okay.
Yeah, she seems
She's
in
like,
a
what the
panic.
fuck? You're not even a
about
Christian.
that.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, she's in a panic. Did you say?
Yeah. Like there's a
Ah.
she the concept of Christianity is a very fearful one for the fairy folk, and you're starting to realize that she is like I think you probably during this interaction with her find out she is
Figure it out.
fairy. She is something known as a Selkie.
Okay. Cool.
And
Selkie
she
lady.
actually is able to like I don't know how Gwydia is gonna feel about this, but she leaves every year as a seal to like go back into the sea. She has
I think.
a tail that you can't see, and she puts it on effectively, and it.
Oh,
turns
cute.
into- yeah.
I don't think he was into that before, but I think he is now.
Yeah. Okay. He's like, oh, too late. Is it,
Yeah.
I'm
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
committed now. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
Too much investment.
That's right. Yeah, I think it's super strange as well because like Gwydia doesn't even know anything about Christianity apart from the fact that Cormac loves it and it's very silly. And he's still being like, so I know I'm not a Christian, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you kind of learn something from around that the fairy folk in general, like there are two impacts to that you kind of actually I'm gonna get you to test fairy lore here and
Oh, wicked.
see how much Gwydia actually takes away from it. Yeah, not much. Yeah, like
No.
you're like it kind of goes over your head the detail, right? But you can tell that
Sure.
she didn't like it, and that
Mhm.
it suggests that it's not healthy for them. So,
Right. Detail going over his head is pretty normal for him. So
yeah, for sure. So the Breckinog are now married in to some degree into the they're like I think Rune's the main marriage, but there's a series of marriages that go through this year. Gwydir gets back. I do want to do like a Christmas feast, but I thought it'd be fun to maybe give people some opportunities. Let's start with Collis because I know Collis wanted to talk to. Do you want to talk to the king in haste, or do you want to try and catch him at the Christmas feast when you have geniality?
Think Sir Collis would think in haste.
Okay.
Because in his mind, he doesn't know when hostilities will begin with Estergales, but at some point it will.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to get his idea in quickly.
Okay. So you will find yourself in conversation with King Nanteleod.
My king, I wish to petition something to you if you would lend your ear to me.
Very well. Sir Collis, you are one of my knights. You may
Yes, my king.
You may speak your request.
I would like to ask, would it be possible to arrange a sort of military training for the knights and the levy around Carlion in the eventuality of a conflict with Estergales?
Sorry, is Bob just trying to catch that. So you wanted to train the knights? Is that what you said? Around
Sort of
Carlisle?
do like almost like a mock war, and
Okay.
sort of have to take all the knights and sort of split them in half, and have them kind of have a mock war against each other to prep for an eventual conflict. It'd probably give the knights out of their manners and such, and get them like in the mindset of fighting.
All right. Let me just test something here. Just looking to see what his folklore is. This sounds very unorthodox. I believe the Romans used to do something of the sort. I worry about the expenditure. Are you aware of any success of this sort of tactic in Logris or on the island? He's not like. It seems like he's more in troubleshooting mode than he is in or investigation mode than he is like condescending you.
I haven't heard much news on the island of the such of standing armies and their training. However, it does not mean that if we were to do it, it would not succeed and end up increasing our soldiers and knights' lethality in the course of war.
Let me just test something. Okay. Give me you can do this through courtesy or you can do it through orate, but you can add a +5 automatically.
Alright. Courtesy or rate. Both of them are pretty low. I'll go with orate.
Okay. Would that have been a crit without the +5?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll allow that crit. You can take that. and get 3 glory. Because that wasn't you impassioning, that was me adding a modifier. I like the idea. I would ask that you investigate, see if anyone has done this well. What are the pros and cons? What kind of cost are we looking at, and what must we avoid to make sure that we don't draw division between our own men?
Yes, my king. I will investigate into the matter.
And you can test like a folklore roll. There's a chance that you picked up on something just straight.
Folklore.
Close, but no cigar. You think that, like, as you're kind of walking away, you're like, did I hear of somewhere that did something similar? But you can't place it.
If am I there? I would just maybe suggest in the meantime maybe we can practice by raiding Escavalon. I mean, raiding Estragos.
I don't think at this particular point we're just kind of doing some real minor vignettes, but yeah, we're gonna bring you all back together for Christmas
Right.
anyways. I just wanted to give an opportunity for folks. Check in with Cormac real quick.
Hi.
Anything, Cormac? Are there any key things you want to accomplish before Christmas?
Lots of key things, but I'm trying to figure out what's more important. I think the big thing is Cormac is going to go out of his way to go meet with Saint Iltid.
Okay.
Because that whole thing at Rune's wedding really upset him.
All right. Fair enough. So you meet with Sir Ilton. Is there anything in particular you want to go over there? Is this just proving that rumor is false? Is that your intention?
This is more trying to... I don't want to say trying to get into God's good graces, but this whole year has been proof that God has been set against him, and he wants to know what he has done to... what he can do to please God if not simply giving him praise is enough.
Okay. Out of the Christian traits, what is your highest one?
Of the Christian traits?
Sorry, what is
British
your
Christian?
lowest trait? I mean to say, out of the Christian traits.
I mean, my lowest is chaste, but I have not been put into a lustful or chaste position all year. I'm not very spiritual.
You look anything like a seal because that might change.
Okay, you're not very spiritual. That might be interesting. Might be an interesting take. I think in that case, he says, that he thinks you ought to go on a pilgrimage. He says, come next spring. Take nothing but your horse and travel to Glastonbury.
Cool.
Where the Holy Grail landed. When Joseph of Arimathea landed in Britain. with the Holy Grail. It was Glastonbury where he first stayed, and it was there that the abbey was built.
I will do so. And I shall be happy to do so. Thank you for your guidance. Now, for Robert, where is Glastonbury?
It's a good question.
Just
I'll be
folklore, I'll
muted.
give you a plus
Yeah.
5.
What's up?
You can test folklore, I'll give you a plus 5.
Okay. Lord. +5.
Okay. You're not really sure. You're sure that you can probably find someone that can give you proper... put it this way. They tell you it's in the county of Summerland, and you're like, I know where that is generally. But you've never traveled through there.
I will prepare for my pilgrimage.
Okay. Are you gonna go?
May
Are
the
you gonna
Lord
go
be
this
with you.
fall, or are you gonna go in the spring?
In fact, if I get permission from Nanteleod, I'll go like this fall and spend the winter there.
Okay. If you do, I should warn you though. If you do, we're not gonna really be able to see and be you, so it's gonna be kind of like have to be glossed over a little bit. Like we can vignette you slightly, but it is splitting the party.
Gloucestered over.
Well, that's
It's also super dangerous. Probably not super dangerous, but it's not ideal to travel in the snow and the winter.
No, I will go in the spring.
Okay.
Saint Iltid is much wiser than I am. He knows what he's talking about better than I would. I'm gonna take his counsel and travel in the spring.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I'm gonna check in with Rune now. You got anything you want to do before winter?
Rune definitely wants to get his armband fixed, the one that he got from his father, and he also wants to figure out if he hears something from the succession crisis that was going on when he left off to get knighted at Escavalon, Carleon.
Okay. Sounds good to me. How do you want to find out that part?
I think time permitting, he would take his squire and maybe like ride closer to those lands, maybe like talking with small folk and stuff like that.
Okay. Why don't you give me... I'm going to give you 2 tests here real quick. Give me battle and give me folklore. I'll give you a +5 to the folklore because you're traveling closer. Try and get answers on this one.
Nice.
And then I'll get you to test courtesy as the last one. All right, there you go.
Great.
Nice.
Nice.
So you find out that Glevum isn't letting people pass, even formal delegates. And you actually hear from them directly that they turned away someone named Sir Lane when he tried to pass back through.
Could I ask him where, like, which direction Sterling went?
They said he rode away furious when he was turned away after giving his like effectively his papers that he was allowed to pass back through, right? That he was on a specific mission for King Nanteleod. The Duchy of Glevum turned him away.
So, like, going out or coming in?
Coming back from Logris.
Okay, gotcha.
He said he was in Salisbury and Silchester before that.
Understood.
Now, you know there's other ways that one can go, but it's pretty late in the year to be finding that out. Like, you're damn near, like, snowfall at this point when you learn this.
Yeah, there's no need to get too crazy. Yeah, and then he would probably try to find a goldsmith of some sort to get his armband fixed.
Yeah, I think in Glevum's a good place. And the courtesy roll, I think, can apply for that too. So you're successful in repairing the armband.
Dope. Would that cost anything?
Yeah, I think it'll cost you less than. We can hand wave the cost. I think it would be under a librum for repair.
Sounds good.
All right. And then we're just gonna check in with Rain real quick. Oh, sorry, Rune. One last piece. You learn a little bit. It seems that like at a high level, there hasn't been too much in the way of change. The county or the Duchy of Glevum still split in two by Glevum and Clarence is still they still hold their main seats. So Glevum up here is still held, and Clarence is still held. And so your old master when you were a squire, it still remains alive and well. And other than skirmishing back and forth and posturing, it hasn't led to all-out war yet. All right. We're going to check in with Rain. Is there anything you wanted to focus on as like a tiny vignette or action?
Well, considering he hasn't been requested for any service at this point for King Nanteleod, he would be serving his uncle's household as that's his job. And with the loss of his younger of his two cousins, yeah, it was the younger of the two. There is more work for him to do there, so something related to that, be helping out with the household, trying to pick up extra duties. I'm trying to get the name, but I'm having an issue finding the family tree that we had again. For some reason, it never shows up exactly where it should be in my bookmarks.
All right. I'm gonna get you to test energetic for like effectively working.
Found it.
There.
Yeah.
And then I'll get you to test horsemanship and stewardship.
Okay. Energetic passes. Horsemanship. That's always a tricky one. Failed. That's about routine for my character, even though he's actually relatively skilled.
Yeah.
And then stewardship. Yeah, he failed that too. He is still learning.
All right. Okay, so so we're gonna go ahead and move into Escavalon from here. Nothing significant happens. I think, Drax. They're just, I think you're picking up some of the duties that you're.
Yeah, and I found my family tree. It looks like the cousin was Reared, Rhiryd,
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah,
I'm
and
reading
we'll
in
make
the
sure
tree
when I get this Christmas break, I want to kind of go through some of those. 'Cause I haven't had like
Yeah,
a long
so
break
the
to like
only
sit down.
surviving cousin he has is Ithel.
Ithel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And that's what he would have done because that's where his skill set's at.
Yeah. All right, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and move into Christmas.
Yay, Christmas time
Online.
and feasts. Awesome.
So one of the hot rumors right now is, okay, so we secured the Breccianog. The original plan was to use that then to travel into Estergales through the mountains, right? That was the original discussion, and so people are talking right now about how best to do that. And when. Some feel we need to go as early spring and start that campaign. Others are suggesting a longer wait. There's some buzz around the possibility of some sort of war game that's been being thrown around, like a mock battle. And those are kind of the big buzzes right now. Also, there's apparently Sir Iltid is accompanied by a stranger knight who I don't have an icon for.
Saint Iltid
Yep,
or Sir Ithel?
Saint Iltid.
Okay.
He is accompanied by a knight who doesn't quite look like a knight. He looks almost like he's in garb, like he were a brother, but he's still wearing family lapel and stuff. So he has heraldry, and he's built more like a knight than you might expect, say, a brother of the cloth to be. And with that, why don't we do some app rolls? Let's figure out where everyone's seated.
Don't forget your ring for plus
You're
one.
welcome. By the way,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That
Oh
rings
wait, I forgot
awesome.
about that. What's the plus on that shit?
Plus
plus
one.
one. Plus one.
Plus one. Does my armband count to that too?
Yeah. If it's jewelry that you can wear at the feast, yeah.
Yep.
It is.
Maybe.
That'd be a crit then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rats.
You are above the salt unless you want to not be.
I'll take it.
That's a
If you're
crit.
above the salt, you can't
Yeah,
use
go
cards.
Cormac, you crit too.
I'm perfectly fine with it.
Nice.
If we don't include the plus one from the ring, that's a crit.
Yeah.
If we do,
Oh.
it's not a crit.
Oh.
Oh,
We do, I
am
think.
definitely not sitting above the salt.
Why not? You
Yeah,
know you want
the
I
to.
will certainly give up my seat to a more deserving knight.
no, I think
Is that-
you didn't get it. If you wore the ring, then it's
Yeah.
not crit.
Yeah. Oh, keen observers will note that I have changed my token to represent Gwydia at a more youthful age using the power of AI art, which is controversial but powerful.
It looks
Very
amazing.
Did anyone fail? I think everyone succeeded.
No, everyone passed, so
Oh, right.
and Rune crit, so he's one step above the rest of us.
Yeah.
He just got married. He deserves it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Mhm.
And I'm just
Yeah,
cool,
good point.
you know.
He's just
You
that
are.
popular.
Not cool.
I'm
It's
just
true.
cool.
So
And Sir
if I
Collis
get
is
in
a home
crit,
wrecker.
I'm still giving up my seat to somebody more deserving.
For sure. Okay, Just give me 1 minute, guys. We're just gonna go on a brief break. I'm gonna grab some food here. I'm sorry. 1 sec. and we're back. And there's a poll up for those that are live and watching. We're determining who's going to fumble first.
It's going to be Sir Rain. I am going to vote for myself.
I'm going to say that it's going to be Cormac.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
Cormac.
It's gonna be
Although safe money is Rain or Cormac.
Yep.
Yeah, usually.
Yep.
No, I'm very due. Yeah, I'm super due for one, but I'm still voting Cormac.
And what is the reward for winning this poll?
1,000 glory.
So I think 4,000. It's in Twitch,
Hey,
Yeah.
1,000 glory.
The
I'm
person who
happy.
wins this poll can assign any of the PCs from this game 50 glory.
Wow.
Ooh.
I like that. That's cool.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
But we only have 2 votes, so we need more people to vote.
Yeah, we'll get it. I believe in the power of the randomness. I mean, we managed to successfully have someone's child not recover from illness the last time.
I opened that up on my phone the other day. I was like, "What the shit is that? What is going on?"
Oh, okay. Let's start at the top of the round. I will take. We're gonna give Trent one of these rolls, and we'll give Collis the other one. Wergar.
D20 or
I need a
D100?
D20 from each from those two.
18.
Uh-oh.
18.
Tragedy
16.
and more tragedy.
Okay. Just saying.
Oh my good.
If I remember correctly, 18, 4, and another really high number has rumor about me.
That could be
If I
fun.
remember correctly.
Cormac fully needs more rumors.
I don't know what you're talking
You deserve it.
about. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I need a squire, Bob, and some fucking money.
Right?
What's money?
I mean, we all need money. Come on.
To be fair, I've kind of been a bit rampant. Nanteleod's like, I'm not going to give that guy anything because he'll lose it.
Until he shows up.
Probably.
Yeah.
He just gave up.
Didn't I give you a squire? Yeah. Where is he? I'm not sure.
He can't keep up.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
and
training.
we'll give Yampa. Give me a D6.
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy.
It's a 6
He's gonna
reroll.
TPK us. A 1.
Me? Is that me?
Nope. Sure
Shit.
isn't.
Come on.
Okay, and then let me just see.
I want a rumor.
I don't think I want a rumor, man.
I want a rumor.
I don't
It's a
mind the
house of
rumor when it
cards.
doesn't hit me in the field.
This is a house
In
of
the
cards,
field,
man.
yeah.
This is a
It's
house
pretty
of
real,
cards.
right?
You just need to be pagan, man.
Oh,
yeah, convert.
Drax, give me a D20.
Oh, here we go. Fumble
Oh
right
boy.
here. Yeah. 16.
These high numbers, I don't like them.
I do. I like high numbers. That means bad and interesting things happen.
Okay. So we'll start with a quick intrigue test from y'all before we begin.
What are we having?
Yeah, good question. I don't-
Capon, boiled bitten, and roasted chicken with pheasant wings.
Ooh, crit for
Never
me.
seen me.
Holy
My
shit.
God, this is my second crit of the night.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Buddy
Intrigue?
boy.
Of
Nope.
course, Rain is oblivious, as always.
So
Alright.
close.
You're so far away.
All right,
I mean, it
let me.
has to be him, so it makes sense. There is a rumor going on right now that this would-be knight is some sort of freelance knight, the one that's hanging out with Sir Iltid. And rumor has it that Rune is actually the one that like brought him in and has been taken after it. So Rune with that critical, you know that it was Justin. So Justin that is adding
Of
that
course.
rumor. Yeah. He's the one.
Of
he's,
course.
He's the source of that one. So,
bastard.
All
I
right.
fucking hate Justin.
So that intrigue roll basically made that less of something to chase down, but you can do with it as you will. It's your go first. So
I can't pull cards. Let's see what we got here. Mm, 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 mm. I am going to. I have no idea. You know what? I'm gonna pull a card from Cormac's deck and say that I'm gonna do temperate and make sure that everyone up here is having a great time.
all right. You can do so. Give me a temperate test, please.
You got this. Get it.
You did. All right. You can tick temperate for that. You are definitely playing a role befit of someone who's above the salt, looking after the various knights. There aren't any real, other than this guy that's with Iltid and the Breckianog, who they now have loyal subjects that are expected to come in, right, on a regular for this, despite a lot of them being pagan. There's not really any foreign delegates this time. And you also note that Cerdic still isn't back yet.
Yeah, he's hanging out in Salisbury still, right? From what I remember from the other streams, out of character, or maybe in character.
Well, we can all test like a. Actually, I'll just go with everyone other than Rune, because he already knows a certain amount. You can test intrigue to know about Cerdic.
Huh.
I think Sir Collis inquired a couple feasts ago about
Right.
Cerdic.
Yeah.
Whittier does not care.
You can still test about it. Ooh. Collis, you just haven't heard anything new.
Everybody was wrong.
Ah, we're all wrong.
No one won that poll. Is that true?
Yeah, I think so.
No one won because no one voted on it. Yeah.
Don't worry, there'll be more polls.
Yes.
Polls, especially with like rewards like that.
Yeah, Collis is just nothing new, but I think maybe you're starting to get a little suspicious about where he is, and you can choose whether that's suspicious towards him or suspicious or on his behalf, depending on whether you like him or not. Yeah. That's how we'll play
I figure Rune just told Cormac.
Yeah,
probably.
Maybe.
I mean, we're homies.
Yeah. That's fair.
He's still not back. Did you update the king about that?
I did not.
Okay. So we'll assume it's not been done with yet. And all right, Rune, that's 3 geniality. Yes. Yeah, 2 for above, right? And then 1 for the successful roll. Good start. And with that, we move on to Cormac for his round.
I am actually going to go. No, I'm going to do my regular thing. I am serving everyone around me, making sure that they're taken care of. I cannot get away from it. It's just habit by this point. I swear I will be married one day and I'll be the one serving everyone.
All right.
That'll
you
work.
two are looking, but you're looking after the people near the salt. Well, Rune is looking after the people above the salt.
And with each time I'm giving somebody something, I'm giving it with God's blessing.
Oh, it's so kind of you. If only God gave you his blessing, Cormac. Seems to have gotten on the wrong foot there a little bit with him.
I have failed, and I will succeed. If, with God's grace, if He wills it for me to succeed. But until then, I keep the faith.
Awesome.
Very loyal of you.
We'll go to Rain next.
Cards, man. It's got to be the cards.
Cards. I can't believe it's 3 people before we get cards.
Hold on one sec.
Ooh.
I see one on the table. Or did you already pull? Maybe.
I pulled them.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yep. Glory Hound or Wifely Woes. Well, I am not married, so that does not really fit. So
You have a girlfriend.
I have an Amor.
Oh, unmarried knights must discard and draw again.
Yeah. Yep. Says it on the bottom. So that is discard.
Oh, but Glory Hound, if you drew more than 1 card, you must discard all of the cards you drew anyway.
Oh, okay. Well,
What a
it's
weird
fate.
interaction. Yeah.
Oh, I have to lead the
Yeah.
dance on that one? Wow.
No,
Nope.
I think.
It's interesting.
I think you're stuck with Glory Hound. I think that's the way that
I
one.
am.
Oh, that's
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 the way
fun.
it works. But I'm
You get to
gonna
steal somebody's shit.
Which one, the Glory Hound one? Yeah.
Oh, so do we all have to draw our cards and you look at them all now and do it?
Trying to read it over the icons.
You may look at each other player's cards before any cards are played this round. So that means that if Corliss and I are going to do cards, we have to draw them now so you can steal one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, why don't we determine whether Collis and Gwydir are going to draw a card or not? Or draw a
Yes.
I think you take that turn instead of them. Because by doing so, you take a -1 geniality.
No, because I can still play a card on my turn. I just can't play that card, right? Because
Right.
he will have taken it.
Sounds like I choose one
Yeah.
card from someone else. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we
yeah,
tend
yeah.
to play these cards in open face, not like in hand anyways, I think it's fine to just do this. Like at any point, I think.
Just steal it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So with that, Drax, you just hold on to that for now. And we'll continue on.
That's fine. I just had to move it up so I could actually read it. Because the
Understood.
icons from the names were. Okay.
Cards. These are mine. More food. Classic. Ladies quarrel. Fuck yeah, I'm in. Food.
Steal Lady Squirrel. Steal Lady
Yeah,
Squirrel
just-
now.
Mandatory indulgent 16. What's my indulgent? I don't think it's 16. It might be though. Wouldn't be surprised. No, my indulgent's
I don't
only
think you're quite
11.
that high.
No. Okay. Just versus arbitrary. I think I'm in the middle. Just wins. You settle the differences. Arbitrary wins. Yes. It's
Dual
got to be
jest.
ladies quarrel.
Dual Jester.
It's exactly the kind. Dual jesting. Ooh. Yeah, more food doesn't actually help anybody, but I have got a history of food-related events at feasts, and it is kind of funny to see if I can poison some more of my friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with ladies quarrel just because of the chance at geniality, and also it makes sense.
Yeah.
Just versus arbitrary. Very well. I'm not going to try and change this. We'll just see what happens and find out how good he is behaving today. Arbitrary. Yeah.
Roll one.
Give me that 6. Give me that 6. Do you want to roll on me, Bob?
Let's
Or-
figure out who this is first, because that would be.
Or is this a poll?
Are you courting two ladies right now? Not the selfie.
Okay, so I don't think I've actually been pursuing either of them. I think he's just been completely, distracted by it. But technically, in the very first feast, he was like, there was an option to court Ithel's daughter, and I think I asked to.
Yeah.
I asked to, but I don't think I've done anything about it, probably.
Right.
And I'm also engaged to a princess of Estragale,
Yes.
but I haven't done anything about that either.
Neve,
Oh,
right?
so-
Is that one?
Neve, that's right. Yeah.
Alright.
So yes and no.
Okay, so we won't say it doesn't make sense for Neve to be here, but maybe we'll just pull 2 random ladies. I think it'll be fun. So Lady Alwena and Lady Lilo.
Yeah, I'm choosing the one with lustful 18.
Yeah. Let's see where the other one's from.
Mr. Virgil's going to be rather upset with you.
Oh yeah, that's pretty normal.
Oh wow, a Barrack Saxon lady.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Lady Alwena is a Barrack Saxon, and Lady Lilo is local.
Okay. Oh well. See, the other thing is she's very trusting, and so that might be a thing that
Mhm.
Gwydia, being not necessarily a nice person, would try and take advantage of. And also because she's probably like Barrack Saxon, she's probably big, and he's like, oh, we could have the biggest children. It'll be fucking cool.
Please.
Mm.
Well, Lady Elwina, the non-lustful one, is the
Is the Barrack?
Barrack. Yeah, she's a.
Yeah, it's tricky. Okay, I'm gonna roll a 1d2 to determine which one I'm choosing, because this is actually a really hard choice. 2. Okay, yeah, I'm choosing the lustful one. That makes sense. And I'm gonna roll a d6 to see if I have to fight a guy. Right?
Yeah.
Ah, damn it.
Not this time, Gwydir.
Can I fight him anyway?
No, wait.
Yeah.
No, I think in this case the guys kind of like they keep out of it is what.
Right.
And
Yeah,
so
that makes
her
sense.
husband, we'll say it's is it both of them? Other ladies.
Right. The one you sided against.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You chose. Yeah, we'll say that her husband Sir Bryn, just stands aside. Doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does not care. She
He
always
really
does
doesn't want to
this.
get involved in their quarrel. Basically, he's like, "Oh, not my problem." He like goes away and starts drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, Lalo, listen, I can't believe she said that about you. It's utterly outrageous. What are you doing later?
Well, I have no plans. Yeah. All right. And I forgot Rain's one for being above.
Yes.
Okay. There we go. We're near the salt, I mean. That brings us to Kalas.
I think Sir Collis is definitely going to be lingering on King Nanteleod's words of trying to figure out about this potential war game and all the facets about it, such as costs and etc.
Do you want to ask around about like if it's been done kind of thing? Is that the idea?
Yeah, if anybody knows if it's been done, or if there are any if anybody knows of any records of it having been done.
Okay. I will accept a courtesy or an intrigue roll for that one.
Intrigue.
Okay. Success. So you hear that there is a place, a county in Logos called Salisbury. It's a little backcountry western island county, and you hear that they recently did a similar thing, and they called it in order to determine who should be their marshal, because they are without a count, they're without an earl. So they're led by Lady Lee, or by the Countess. As a result, they were intending to find their new marshal through a similar war game, and they called it a tournament. You also get the sense, and they don't know the details, but apparently it ended like really disastrously, like a whole bunch of unexpected deaths. So,
okay.
That's not promising.
Nobody important though.
Exactly right.
that should be fine.
Yeah. Just a couple
The
of
weak have been
powerful
cold.
vassals. The utter fall of one of the moral touchstones of the county. No big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, it's fine. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Just makes it elite. I mean, the less troops you have, the more quality your army has, according to Crusader Kings, apparently.
All right. That brings us to the end of round 1.
No, you didn't steal any cards. Oh, can you? Oh, I guess you can keep stealing them, right? You still have it.
It doesn't say anything.
Oh, this round.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Do you want to steal one of the other cards that they didn't take then, Drax? I kind of forgot about it.
No, I wasn't worried about it. The only one
Okay.
I was interested in was the lady's quarrel, and I was gonna let it go. I didn't want to interfere with that.
Well, you
was
could
pretty
take it.
awesome.
No one used it.
Yeah. No, I did.
Or-
I
oh, you
did.
did.
No, Prettier did. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I let it go. I didn't want to steal it, so
Okay.
I'm good
Okay.
because that goes against my characters anyway.
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
fair.
record thing. So
Let's there's no benefit on that one.
no, it's
Yeah.
a dead
Yeah.
card. Yeah.
I'll let you test generous,
Okay.
and if you crit, then you get generous.
No.
You had a
Ooh.
+1 because you
Okay.
had geniality, did you not?
Oh, that's true. So that would
Oh.
have crit then. Yeah.
You can tick.
There you go.
It doesn't add
Sweet.
geniality, but you can tick generous.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually what I was looking at, Trent. I was looking for the option to actually smoke someone in a duel.
Yes.
or the
Of
plus
course.
geniality is pretty nice on the other side, on the just side of it, but it's less fun.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus fun.
Okay. We will go next to top of the round with Rune.
Going with all of the rumors going around, I want to roll intrigue to see where this freelance knight has come from.
Okay, so you wanna go around kind of asking about him? Is that the idea?
Yep.
Who is this guy?
Yep. So that's +3 because geniality.
Nice. 18 intrigue. Woo.
Okay. So you ask around, and it turns out that he is not a freelance knight at all. Instead, he is a knight errant. He is someone that has effectively run away from his duties, or could even be a vagrant of some sort, wanted by the law.
Outrageous.
And they're tarnishing my fucking name because of Justin.
Sacrilegious, man.
But what is clear is that he's staying with Saint Iltid, so people would have a hard time saying anything about about the religious angle. So because of Iltid, I guess that's where some of it's coming from. It's like, oh, he's seeking redemption with Iltid. That must be what's going on.
He's remorseful.
You should kill him.
I can
I
work
know.
the angle. I can
I
work
Kill
should.
him.
I'm Merlin's knight.
Yep.
There is no forgiveness.
I am helping
Betrayal.
another knight seek redemption.
Okay, cool. Good luck.
Sounds lame.
It is. It is. But we're talking politics, man. We're talking politics.
Boring.
I'm gonna turn this shit on Justin. I'm telling you right now.
Now that would
One
be
finds
I'm not
redemption at
gonna
the end
lie.
of a blade.
That would be pretty good.
Mhm.
Well,
There is
you-
redemption only in death.
Yeah, that's right. Good ear gets it.
Mhm.
All right. And Rune with that above salt, tasty amount of geniality there.
Free geniality for
Party
life.
boy.
Right, that brings us back to Cormac round 2.
Mm.
Come on, man. Here you go.
I believe I'm gonna draw a card.
Get up on the table and declare to everybody that you love Jesus.
Uh-oh. That's not going to help.
Yes. The power of Jesus compels you.
Oh, this is
God
you being put
gives-
to your test too. This is like
Yeah.
you just said. You're like, oh, I've never had to worry about lustful. Well, what
Uh-huh.
happens here?
Get it.
Damn.
Get it. This would be so good.
So good.
And the funny thing is, I've been leveling up flirting.
Why?
There you go.
I
Hey,
mean,
there
to
you
be
go.
fair,
your weapon skill is 10 and you've been level 14. Good. I actually love Cormac's character. He's so, like, broken, you know?
Wow. Thanks a lot.
Oh, what a dick.
No, I don't mean... he's like, as an individual, he's clearly tortured, is what I mean, you know?
Oh,
Tortured.
yeah, he totally is.
In Rune's eyes, you're perfect. Don't worry about it, Cormac.
In my eyes, you're perfect.
Rune is a yes.
King of Kings.
All right.
Let her up. Get her, baby.
Good success. Come on, right now.
Get him. Get him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna impassion for this.
No,
Funny.
you don't want to test Lustful versus Chase.
No, because his luck, he would probably have Lustful win.
5% chance of a crit every time. I believe in you.
All right. Can I add my geniality to this?
Yes.
All right then.
Boom. I believe in you.
So this obviously isn't the sort of thing that that Gwydir is that Cormac is unfamiliar with, but he's actually going to serenade her with singing.
It's also not the sort of thing that Gwydir is familiar with.
Yeah, but he'd do it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually Gwydir's in the background playing and singing vocals with, or Cormac is singing vocals with Gwydir while Gwydir flirts. Now Cormac's on the center stage.
Yeah, Cormac's the better wingman. That's obvious.
Yeah, it's true.
All right.
Game.
But you didn't fumble, so you didn't get
Didn't
slapped
fumble.
in the
Ain't
face.
getting
Either.
close.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so fail is nothing, right?
Fail
He
is
gets,
nothing.
he gets just one geniality for the card and for his position at the table.
Yeah.
Not a bad card. Like,
It could have been a lot worse for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. That brings us back to Rain.
More
It's
cards.
only because Gwydir, unlike his cousin, wouldn't sit there and help out his cousin.
No, exactly. I did think about it, but it didn't seem to make sense for him to be paying that much attention.
Whoa. Who's that big guy?
Who's that big guy?
He looks super serious.
He looks like somebody from the '80s version of the Dune movie.
Right, yeah. Wow, that is rough. I'm not sure. Neither one of these is something my dude usually would do. I'm gonna have to go with the gossip because my dude is far too modest to even deal with boasting knights. Like he's famously modest, so I have to roll intrigue and hope that I pass.
Hold up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's handy.
Does geniality apply? I mean, it's one die. It looks like so. Yeah.
Night. What are you rolling? What's the roll?
It's gossip. It's intrigue.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the boasting.
Yeah, it can apply.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Rip.
That's all right. We're good. So just
Quick question.
One geniality from the table position.
This might be relevant. Do you get the geniality from being where you are at the table before?
Never before the card. It's we always apply it after the card.
Roger. Cool.
If it's someone else's round, then or someone else's turn, then yes, but not during your turn, kind of thing. If that makes sense.
Yep. Gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
So nothing for me outside of the one for position. Yep.
Okay. That would have been.
Which fits because I mean, realistically, Rain's not a guy that's into the whole gossip thing either. So.
Is this 2 or 3 round feast that we're planning?
3.
Well, 3. Okay. I'll do another round of cards and then I'll do a thing.
Okay. So that brings us to Gwydir.
Yeah. Young braggarts. Me? Is it me? Overindulgent at the. Yeah. I think overindulgence is just objectively terrible, and young braggart. This is great. I have so many ridiculous ideas for them to laugh at. Cool. Okay, give me that proud roll. I've got a chance. Do I add my one geniality to this proud roll?
Not typically on vices.
No.
I will,
well, it's a religious trait for me.
Then in that case, I will. I'll allow it.
Sick beans. Ah, boo! No, that actually makes perfect sense. I think Gwydir is an idiot. What about progressively wilder trying to one-up each other? I think he tells the story of how he's just slept with a seal in the forest, and everyone's like, "You fucking idiot! What are you talking about?"
He gets -1 geniality, or no, failure, -1.
Yeah. I get nothing for the round. Yeah.
It's gonna be the
It's
lowest.
true, I did. She's her name is Lyriatar. She lives in the forest in the south. Stop it! Come off it!
Yeah. They're all like, "Yeah, right." Like they.
Whatever.
No one buys
fucking
it.
far-fetched. Yeah.
That's great. That would make a lot of sense, honestly. It's like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
I bet you ran into Merlin too while you're at it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that brings us to Collis. Round 2.
So Collis inquired about if there were these military exercises before. Can he attempt to inquire about the cost and how someone put it together?
Yep.
We'll try to do that. Nope.
No.
Ugly. I think they're like, well, you'd have to find someone from Salisbury, and everyone's like, I don't know if there's anyone from Salisbury. Like why would anyone from Salisbury be here? Like that's kind of the vibe you're getting, and no one else seems to really know what took place because it was a very insular tourney. Like their war game was very much about their own county and solving that. Sorry, the cards decided otherwise, or the dice rather at this time. Okay, that brings us to our final round. Back to Rune.
Okay, so bear with me because this is the big shove it into Justin's face round. I want to impassion myself using honor, since it has been come to question with this little rumor.
I'm back.
You know what I'm gonna do briefly, guys, before we do this? One thing we haven't done at all. Do any of you, before we get into round 3, do any of you want to actually interact with each other?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I love interacting with everybody. I just didn't want to derail things.
Yeah. Why don't we say there's like a moment where Rune's near the salt, and the 4 of you are kind of around each other ish anyways. So it brings all 5 of you together.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll let you guys take it away.
So I told them that I slept with a seal, and none of them believed me. It's ridiculous. You believe me, don't you, Collis?
I wouldn't believe you. See what you say.
I don't believe you either.
Have you gone mad, man?
Spread around here quite successfully, I might add. Why should anybody believe you, Gwydir?
I'm very honest. I've never told a lie in my life. I'm not even sure if I know how to do it, frankly. It's just not in me.
Why would you want to lay with a seal, first off?
Well, you hadn't met this seal. Let me tell you that. She's beautiful. In fact, you have met her. You were...
No, you never met her. We all met her. And let me tell you, while she is beautiful, she's not a fucking seal.
You didn't follow her to that river, Cormac. I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be back. I'm not getting one for you. None of you.
I think you hit your head at some point.
Yeah, did you follow?
I'll hit your head in a minute.
He had to have hit his head.
Concerned for Sir Gwydir here. He seems more than a little obsessed about this woman seal thing.
He is quite obsessed.
If anything, we could find you a lady near the coast if that's what you like.
To be fair, I mean,
near water.
he is honestly a very honest knight. So, I mean, while I'm skeptical, I have no reason to doubt him completely.
So
He is
too much sugar.
incredibly honest, but he also tends to exaggerate just a bit.
That's fair.
And I'm still not convinced he didn't start the rumor during Rune's wedding.
Which?
Just to be playful.
Well, did you, Whittier?
Goodyear comes back. He's got like a drink in his elbow and like carrying, armfuls of food, which he just kind of dumps onto the table in front of everybody. Start what? What are you talking about?
Did you start the rumor of Cormac's lack of faith?
No, it is very funny though. It was quite the mark. Was it you? Was it you, Collis, you tricky bastard?
Carlos will chuckle at that. Sadly, it wasn't me, although it would poke some fun at Cormac.
Of course it would. That's why Goodyear started it in the first place, didn't you there, cousin?
Yeah, I don't need an excuse to poke fun at you, Cormac. You do that plenty well by yourself. I seen you flirting with that lady before. So-called flirting.
Well, experience dictates that the quiet ones are usually the troublesome ones, Serene.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed something. What was it?
Were
you
you
were
the
speaking
one
of?
that started the rumor?
I'm not even sure what rumor you're speaking of.
Like
He
a
was
Cormac here.
preoccupied
Lacks
last
faith.
time, wasn't he?
I was very preoccupied at the last meeting.
Speaking of which, have you got anything juicy to share with that one? Sounds a little bit like you've been having your share, as it were, or maybe somebody else's.
And then
Absolutely.
Goodyear over there. How many times have I backed you up when you go flirting with half the women in here? And you couldn't even be bothered to back me up once.
I'm trying to protect your chastity, my good cousin. I know how important it is to you, and I didn't want you getting tempted by that harlot over there. She can tempt me as much as she wishes, but not you, Cormac. You're better than that.
Serene just kind of glances over when he says "over there" and just like tries to see this
Like looks
woman
everywhere.
that apparently Sir Cormac was trying to flirt with, and then just kind of looks back and is like what? Yeah, okay.
She was a servant too, wasn't she? Servant lady?
Yeah, servant girl, yeah.
You're welcome, Sir Cormac. You're welcome. Speaking of which, I do owe you, in fact, as a matter of point, and I intend to make good. You know what? I'm going to find a table. Right now, I'm going to go find a table and be done with this stupid rumor. As much as I think your whole thing with God is stupid, it's your thing. And I won't have none of these idiots telling you that it's not real. Even if it ain't.
And that there's how you know that Sir Goodyear did not start this rumor.
Goodyear
Calm
marches
down,
off.
Sir Whittier. Hold on.
No, I'm done with it. I'm going to make sure everybody else is done with it. And he goes to clam on a table and shout at everybody. But that's going to be my action.
It's gonna be your action.
Lunges after him to stop him.
This will be interesting.
Rain just has a smirk.
We'll start with Rune. What is Rune up to this round? Do we want to do reverse order? Do we want to play out the Goodyear thing with the way that played out?
I honestly
I
want
mean,
to see that first.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone is up for it, I am totally up for seeing this little display.
Okay, so I think Cormac is trying to stop you though, so I do want to account for that. How do we want to play that out? What's a fair way to play that out?
Petrol?
Yeah.
What kind of stopping are you doing? Are you physically stopping me or just calling out and telling me it's a bad idea?
Oh no, I'd physically stop you, like grab you and like, no!
Oh yeah, fair enough. Dex or strength? Or...
I think it's going to be a matter...
go strength.
I think it's going to be a matter of Dex. I think that's the more important piece.
Yeah, whether he gets a hold of me or not.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I win at strength.
Yeah, that's true. You'll probably win at Dex as well. I'm not exactly not known for it.
Also not overly dexterous.
Hey, get owned, loser.
Stopping him from
Crit.
making a full ass of himself. Can
Come
I
on,
add
Cormac.
my geniality to this?
Um.
Why don't you passion yourself with honor?
Yeah, or
Or love
hospitality.
family.
Yeah, any of those three.
Like I'm
I
very
think no,
modest.
because I think they're like the idea of like putting your hands on anyone. Like I can't justify that as genial, anyways. You know what I mean? So otherwise,
Good
even
point.
if it's in good
Yeah.
intentions, it's not genial.
Right.
Yeah.
It's out of protocol. Yeah.
Fine.
Oh,
Hey!
Nice.
now that stops Goodyear from getting on the table, but doesn't necessarily stop him from doing the same. So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna.
Now you got.
What do you want? Cormac, I'm trying to save your reputation. What are you doing?
Stop it already. You're making an ass of yourself.
I'm always making an ass of yourself. I'm trying to stop other people from making an ass of you, Cormac.
It'll be good. It'll be good, Cormac.
Rain is still just smirking at this, man. This display is amazing.
If anybody thinks I'm making an ass of myself, they can take it up with me. I won't have a making. You go.
Inching out of the hall.
Just dragging me outside. Just waste our turn arguing in the hallway.
And I am just big. No, you do not do that at a feast. What are you, some sort of barbarian?
Okay,
Yes, I am. You've known that your whole life,
Way
Boris.
better than that.
we're gonna make this a
Why-
part 1, part 2. So that was that was kind of Goodyear's test. We're gonna test Cormac now. We're gonna do strength for strength. We're pulling him out of the feast. Got both of them.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like my chances. He's a big boy. No.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
He just shoves me down into my chair.
Yeah. Some bug
No,
bunny
I'm
stuff.
taking you outside.
Yeah.
Goodyear slips on some refuse and is dragged out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
I like reach out to get my drink and just lose my footing.
Yeah, the drink goes on someone too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and maybe I should draw cards then and see what is the result of this whole tirade. Given that I'm not going to get my chance to yell at everybody, but we can do it back in normal order if you wish, or Jack.
Yeah, why don't we go back into order? I'm not gonna blow. Like, I think that would suck for like a wasted round. So why don't we'll start with Rune and kind of go into round 3 from here.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wait. Well, what I wanted to do was impassion myself with honor since Justin's little rumor has brought it into question. And then go for the next one, which will be risky because it's not Rune's forte. But he himself would try to do an orate test and speak on how good, like, the merit of redemption and second chances, looking at Justin and talking about this other knight that supposedly he brought in.
Right. Well, let's. So what are you testing first? Did you say you were gonna passion yourself? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I wanna impassion myself because it read a lot.
Yep.
Runs
Let's
obvious impassion.
test that one.
Come on, baby.
Nice.
So that's a +5, right?
That is a +5. You bet.
And then for the orate roll, I add my geniality.
For the orate roll, yes, you may add your geniality.
Ooh, baby.
It's
Okay,
good.
come on, guys.
Plus 11.
Yeah.
Boom.
Success. Okay. So maybe we'll get you to, you don't have to perfectly play out your speech, but why don't you tell us what Rune says?
Oh boy, put me on the spot like that. I think it would be something along the lines of, to fight. No, wait a minute. Fuck, I don't even. I'm blanking out right now. So it'll be something along the lines of like, second chances are a godsend, and it takes a godly man to take such a chance and better themselves. Let us not judge those who are downtrodden and any of those who seek to help them.
All right. I think with a success, it's like the pagan knights in the room. They're like, oh, well, that's a good gesture, and then the Christian knights in the room are even more so on that. The idea of second chances in redemption plays very close to their hearts. So it's well received. There's good cheers, and Justin looks not mad. He just like kind of tips his glass to you, like, well done.
Yeah, I'll raise my glass to him too.
Yeah, Serene would
As I
also raise
wink.
a glass.
I feel like
as
he's just
well.
that guy that's always fucking with you. And they're like, let's see how he
Yeah.
reacts to this.
Right. Yeah.
All right. That brings you another 3 geniality, and
Destin of Timberlake.
yeah, I forgot about that.
We need to give him a mana. We need to make Timberlake a mana for real.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
Did
No,
Timberlake.
no. Yeah.
Okay, that brings us. So we're gonna put a park on Cormac because we'll make Cormac and Goodyear the last 2 to play out this round, just because that like justifies your time away.
Because of part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rain.
Peace cards have been letting me down a little bit tonight, so I'm going to draw them again, because why not? Draw 2, so that was good.
Ooh, it's a good one.
Which one?
I think that it's a host card, is it? Yeah, you have to do Sage.
I have
no.
to do Sage Advice. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's worth
that's
2
a hope
geniality inherently.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So this is the king.
Yeah.
Put a big hand on it.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm gonna have to impassion for those.
Yeah, so
Those
the
are
host
pretty
seeks
good.
counsel about some problem with another knight or lord.
Okay. Okay.
Let's give me 1 sec because I want to make this interesting. If Nanteleod's coming out for this.
Okay.
Let's see, knight or lord. It's gonna be a lord. It's gonna be a king probably. Who is he most concerned with right now? Oh, I know what he'll ask. Because you're kind of... It's basically Cormac and Rain that are the renowned Christians out of the group.
Yeah.
So, what's on his heart right now is... He comes up to you, Rain, and he says... So, Rain, you are known for your Christian virtues. I'm finding it terribly difficult to forgive a situation regarding my constable. It seems that the self-proclaimed Duchess of Glevum has prevented Sir Lane from returning this year. And I'm finding myself further frustrated with anyone that would prevent us from navigating our borders as we must, especially a petty duchy such as them. And you can tell like what's on his mind is, do I deal with that first before going to Estragales? Which is probably like a pretty obvious no for any strategist, but yeah.
Oh, the whole war and that thing. Yeah. Okay.
Well, and it's more like an emotional response to something, like an ego and a pride thing, than it is like a
So he's worried that his response might be that way, or is it the way?
He's not worried about anything. He's thinking that he wants to go march on their asses maybe and kick the
Just
shit
to
out of
settle
them.
it.
Just to deal with it because they're an inconvenience, which is probably anyone with any sense of battle probably knows that the better sense would be to deal with Estragales first. Because otherwise you're turning opposite, you're turning in a complete opposite direction for someone that's just...
War.
Glevum's not creating any sense of problem. Glevum is creating some inconveniences. They're not threatening Estragales in any way.
Right. So, what does Sir Rain know of Glevum, like in relation to our kingdom? Like, are they even like a threat at all?
Not really. They're a duchy. They were once
Okay.
a greater duchy. The Duchy of Glavum was run by a very famous lord who managed to fight his way out of
Right.
the Knight of Long Knives with a table leg. And then
Right.
there's a succession war now. The
Right.
Lady Helly is apparently preventing. You remember trying to get back through and being
Yes.
almost
Yeah,
prevented.
and the other one was Sir Rune's mentor, I believe, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And so he's asking my advice on how to deal with the
Yeah.
situation.
Specifically from your Christian virtue perspective.
For the whole forgiving thing and stuff. My king, I can't say I have the best advice of such thing, but
Let's
I would say
test your role, because maybe that will add
you want me
like
to test it first?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just to see how the role play goes out, I think,
All
from
right,
there.
then.
Because if you
Let
say
me.
something fumble, I might prescribe how you say it, but
Yeah, you might have me like completely botch something. I'm gonna impassion loyalty lord.
okay.
All right, that worked. And then I have to roll intrigue. Does geniality apply as well?
Yep.
Okay, so
Talking
I
to the
would be
king,
at
so
7.
absolutely.
Yeah. I need all the help I can get with intrigue, so. Alright, passed one finally. Okay.
That is your round, so you can actually no, the card doesn't tell you to take it with a success.
No, it doesn't. Just some extra geniality. So.
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit more info since you pass intrigue. So Glevum probably needs to be negotiated with. Like they probably need a stern talking to. But war is a little extreme. It's like a pride
They need
response.
a firm hand. Yeah.
They need to be told that the constable being rejected was unacceptable.
Right.
And that there'll be consequences, like something like that, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's kind of where I was gonna go with it. So.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to give you like the DM intrigue aspect. Like
sweet.
It would be very heavy-handed to be like, let's go kill these guys after.
Right.
Wouldn't necessarily be problematic. It's safe for
I mean, it would
turning.
totally be the emotional response, but not the more logical.
You'd be wasting
response.
armies east when you want to deal with the west.
That's
the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. My king, I am not the most experienced with such diplomatic issues. However, I would suggest heavily and firmly that they either sort out their business or at a minimum stop impeding your officials and other diplomatic envoys and such from neighboring regions, as it is impeding your business, and give them an opportunity to adjust their behavior and settle this once and for all among themselves. And if that doesn't work, then perhaps, my king, you would have to take an even heavier hand, which we really should not have to worry about right now, giving our current goals in the future to the west.
Yes. Perhaps you're right. I must admit it upsets me.
It's understandable, my king. It's upsetting that a squabble in another area is interfering with your planning.
A good plan. Thank you, Sir Ray.
No, thank you, my king, for coming toward me for advice.
And with that, he nods to you, kind of pats you on the shoulder, and then begins to walk away. I'm gonna check one thing here real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll for war.
He you notice something in him. So he is not famously, but he is more modest than proud typically, and he's more forgiving than vengeful. So you see a bigger, like, as he walks away, you're like, why was he responding so strongly to that? Like, there seems like there's a missing puzzle piece there.
Almost like you might have been getting some other sort of influence.
Yeah, like something beyond just pride
Yeah.
was triggering him there, but you can't quite place it.
Cool. That's cool.
All right, that brings us to
5 geniality this round.
Yeah, that's 5 geniality for the round. Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Okay, so I give you 3, right?
Yeah, another 2.
And
Yes,
then
correct. Another 2.
Success. Yep.
Crazy. I guess that's what you get for like talking about important stuff with the king.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Having the king approach you, a regular young knight.
And
Yeah,
then
for
succeeding
yeah.
at it. Yeah.
yeah.
You just caught
I
up
always
with
talk to him.
Rune.
Yeah.
It's great though, because like my character's super modest as well, so it's kind of
That came right to you, right? Like 100%.
Mm.
Okay.
Awesome.
That brings us to Collis, and then we'll have the duo kind of, we'll zoom back in on Cormac and Gwydir. So Collis, you're up next.
All right. Sir Carlos didn't get an answer, or well, didn't find anyone that had that information the first time. So I think I'm probably gonna just grab a feast card then.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have one or two?
One.
What's your glory at?
For this game, it just broke 2K
Was that last year or this year that it broke 2K?
this year, so
Okay, so not
it just be
quite
this
yet.
card then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't apply until next year. Yeah.
Another jug of ale for. All right, let's see. It's a party time for everybody.
Yes.
Does that mandatory apply to everyone that's involved? Because if so, I don't qualify.
I think everyone has to roll anyway.
Oh,
The mandatory is you have to choose that card if you're indulgent to 16. But because he
Gotcha.
doesn't have a choice of card, he's rolling
Correct.
it, which means
Correct.
cool. This could be fun.
All right.
yes.
Table 2.2.
Yes, I.
Yes, Comic and I are both drunk.
It's one way to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. That's why he dragged me out so easily, because I was too busy making sure that we had like pitchers of ale each.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. I just gotta get. My hands are full. Hold on. I'm so rough.
Rune being Mr. Temperate along with Rain. Yeah.
Everything is coldly calculated, my friend. Everything is.
Oh, now I have a +5 to orate. Let me go and orate, Cormac.
Oh no!
Okay, so maybe we'll Collis, is there any role play you want to get there between, like, I guess with you going around, because I'm aware that like your cards have kind of backfired in a way that they haven't given you much screen time this session. Is there anything you wanted to add to the screen here in this moment? Is it walking about drinking?
I don't think so, because Sir Carlos had his little time to shine at the last feast, so I think he's pretty good with not doing too much this feast.
Understood.
He's a little tired.
That'll still net you that 1 geniality, and then I guess technically no, there's no glory for that. Makes sense. All right, so you end up with 4 for the feast, and then we're gonna go to Cormac and Gwydir as you continue your conversation outside of the feast room.
Out of character, I have 2 ideas. One is Gwydir just tries to convince you to let him go and orate. 2, we just draw cards and see what happens, and we play our tiff into those cards. What do you think?
I'm thinking it'd be funny, since my turn was dragging you out, if your turn is you run back in and orate anyway after you slip past me.
That's probably yeah.
Not,
Well, I wouldn't.
not that I
Yeah.
let you go, but you just.
Hold on. I just need to go back inside. Yeah. I mean that makes sense.
Even better, let's give Cormac cards like he gets interrupted on the way back in.
Oh, and while he's busy, I get to go. All right.
Yeah. You lose that.
Perfect.
So let's see what interrupts you with cards here.
Yeah, he gets waylaid by someone.
Yeah, see you later, nerd.
Oh, here we go.
Makes perfect sense.
More meat. Oh, jeez, no.
I think it's Gwydia interrupting me. He's like, yeah, I hadn't thought about it like that. Let me just top you up.
Fuck yes.
Because you're already drunk, right? Because of your thingy just now.
Oh.
Okay. What does that mean? You compliment the host on a fine choice. Yeah, so this is something, you know what, this can be like Ithel, like you come back in and it's like, oh, it's like, Sir Cormac, where were you? I wanted you to try some of this mead that we're just opening here.
Of course. Let me taste that a little bit.
And
This is a fine mead.
and like, he's like, excellent, I think so too.
Well, let me just go get myself a cup. Hold on, I'll be right back.
He's going.
Wait, no.
So that's 2.
2, Genial.
3. 1 for
3.
the temperate win.
You're right.
1 for the card. Yeah.
Look at that.
Awesome.
Much better.
Killing it. Yeah.
There we go. Looking like a real feast now. Alright, I'm gonna impassion love family, and I think I'm gonna fumble, so I'm just like in tears, crying.
Okay, let's see it.
Boo.
Success.
Pass. Okay. And I'm drunk, so my orate is now plus 10.
Oh, jeez.
And I have 1 geniality, so plus 11. So I think he runs in, but I think, he respects Cormac enough to not get up on the table. Let me roll see if I get a crit, but it probably doesn't matter. Well, that's it. So that would be
Wow.
That's unmodified, but it'd be plus 10, so that's still a crit.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So crit 20 then, because that matters for glory.
Yes.
Or wait, no.
Yes, crit.
Glory.
No, it's still your base, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the crit, you can tell us what you say.
Yeah, I think as Nanteleod's kind of down near the salt, he sort of walks up to the king and says, King Nanteleod, there's terrible rumors about my cousin. I need to address them. I have permission to speak before the court. And presumably, if he says yes, does it say yes? Or am I speaking against my king's orders?
With that kind of passion, I think all the king would say is yes, but keep away from drawing any, like, do not create dissent within the court. So good year.
Okay.
That is my only ask.
Of course, High King. Of course. Ladies and gentlemen! And I think he gets everyone's attention. I have heard terrible rumors about my cousin, and he points over to wherever Cormac is. If he's outside, he says, just kind of gestures broadly. Sir Cormac, he is, without a fail, one of the 3 or 4 most religious men I know. He's dedicated his whole life to the pursuit of whatever god it is that you all worship over here. Apart from you, and he points at like a nearby pagan. You're cool. Listen, we soon will be at war. We're supporting our High King, Nanteleod, and we need to be fighting for our families, and for our friends, and for our loved ones, together. We can't afford to be tearing ourselves apart and spreading terrible rumors to undermine one another. Bring yourselves together. Stop this nonsense. We need to respect ourselves so that we can focus on killing the men of Escavalon until they submit to the High King of Britain, etc.
Huzzah!
I think what happens with an orate specifically is like a lot of the crit aspect of it is the reference to High King of Britain. Like everyone gets up on that moment. Like it's like it's
Right.
not that the rest is lost, but that's what kind of turns it into a crit. Is like, yeah, High King. Like everyone's
hiking. Yeah.
That's where
Which
the
I
cheers
guess
come in. Yeah.
not everybody else has like taken it as a given, whereas Grid is like, of course he's hiking. He's gonna be hiking like a week.
Right. 100%. All right. That will be. Did we give you the geniality yet for that?
You did, yeah. I got 3. Yeah, that's right.
And you had 1 before. I gave you that?
Correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right. You had a bad you had a round that took you.
Yeah. Yeah. People didn't believe that I'd got silky.
Okay. With that, I kind of want to close on one last scene here. Give me 1 sec.
God. Rune and Rain making out like bandits this year, and
Yeah.
Yeah, killing it. in the feast,
Perfect,
man.
perfect.
1 second.
I had to deal with 2 really bad feasts.
You did, yeah.
I am
Yeah.
slowly becoming King Nanteleod's Dread Knight. I'm telling you.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Okay. I am back. All right. So, kind of to close things out, I think we'll say that, like, as a lot of you are kind of together, some of you drunk, some of you not. Saint Iltid comes forward with the freelance knight or monk, respectively, for those that interacted with him. He is definitely dressed in robes. As you approach, or as they approach, and it's kind of like the group of you will say. I'm sure there's periods of the feast where you're together. Iltid looks at you. Most of you are familiar faces. Cormac definitely. I'll say like Cormac, Sir Cormac, and then is he? I'm trying to think if he's had any long conversations with a lot of. Oh, Rune didn't he have one?
Tilted?
I
I'm
don't
honored that
think-
you would come and speak with me tonight.
I thought it best to come and compliment you all on a very entertaining feast. He smiles. In particular, Sir Rune, my friend here wanted to say a word. And with that, the larger man in his 40s, definitely built like a soldier that's seen war, and kind of a face that tells you he's seen some stuff, kind of steps forward. There's definitely a humble look to him as he kind of keeps his head down. He says, I wanted to thank you for those words. The rumors were, well, I know positions like yours, it would have been easier to ignore them to deal with it directly, and I appreciate it.
Of course. I look forward to speaking with you.
Of course.
There are very few finer men that I've known in my life, as short as it is. But Rune is among the top.
He smiles.
Thank you, Sir Cormac.
It's like a brief smile, and it fades to that grim look again as he does so. He looks at Collis and says, I heard you asking around about Salisbury. Is there anything I might help you with?
Oh, I know who this is.
I heard something of a tournament that they had, which is a pretty much practiced war, and I was hoping to bring that to Escavalon, as at some points of the year we have some form of non-scheduled activity, and I'd like to institute some form of combat training. I was wondering about the finer details, such as the cost, how to prevent potential dissent within the ranks, and that such thing.
He kind of
It's a
looks
really
to,
spicy question.
yeah, he looks to Iltid, and Iltid looks back at him, and he just nods and says, the monk says, "Is this something you're going to go forward with regardless of... You'll pursue this regardless of whether I tell you it's a mistake?"
Because Collis is proud. It's a possibility that I'll end up going through with it anyways. Because after leading a raiding party myself, I think I have some form of aptitude to understand how this will go.
Then, if you'll allow me, I can tell you how to avoid some of those mistakes. My name is Leo,
Of course.
and I've seen those mistakes happen, and I've seen the consequences firsthand.
Well, Leo, well met. I'm Sir Cormac of Gilliam.
Just for shits and giggles, why don't we get everyone to do a recognize roll for Leo? You can add 4. We'll say 3 because you're in a different kingdom. We'll take a -1 for that.
Do we get our
Hey,
genealogy in this?
Boom.
Do we get the genealogy? That's a good question.
No genealogy on this one.
Gwydia is. There's only one thing he can do here. He says, "The consequences firsthand. What happened? You killed somebody or something?"
Yeah. Is that everyone? Or are we missing?
No, I haven't. You said how much? 3?
3.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I have no idea who this is.
Yeah, and I think so. Rain, and who is he? Was there just one success and one crit? Is that right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rain,
Mainly
you've
Collis.
heard of Sir Leo the Humble. He was just one of the knights of the Earl of Salisbury. That's the last time you heard of him. For Collis, you've heard of this guy well fishing around the tournament. And he is currently wanted for murdering a dame, a lady knight, on the field of mock battle.
Damn.
And when Gwydir asks him, "What did you kill someone?" he frowns and says, "It wasn't my intention, but I let the heat of the moment."
Oh shit! I thought I was joking. I'm sorry.
He's like, I have no excuse for what I've done. And once I've aided you, I will return and face whatever consequences are set against me.
Shit.
All right, boys, we're going to go ahead and close there. We're going to do some winter phase stuff throughout the week. You're welcome to stick around. I got a jet, but you're welcome to kind of like hang out and feel free to do that in between. I don't really need much. We'll kind of stay away from you can do the family stuff, but no one... Does anyone have a manor yet?
Hollis.
Wallace bought one.
I think
I did
Collis-
ask about the lands, but
I think
don't
you'll be
haven't
awarded the
bought,
land, but I
anything.
don't think you have a manor yet built, right?
No.
So it'll take you some time. So I think that the land will be granted to you. So by next year you'll have a manor by the next winter phase.
Speaking of which, anyone going to give me a squire or some money?
Random person squire. Let's see who it is. Eliud.
Sounds cool.
Of
He's
Escavalon.
forgiving and vengeful. Interesting.
He's we always go with the higher number, so forgiving it is.
Yeah, okay.
So, forgiving, love family, and he's a bit of a flirt. It makes sense why they
Lovely.
send him to you.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed, Elliot.
Awesome. All right, guys. I hope
Second question, quickly.
Yep.
Oh, you go. I was going to say, I'm going to make a childhood roll. Should it be Lyriathar related? Do I have a seal baby? Potentially.
Yes. Yes, you will.
Okay.
Have a
Sweet.
roll, not
Yeah.
guarantee the outcome.
No guarantee.
Yeah.
I got to
Sweet.
do a roll for that too, because I'm married.
All right, and then I just want to see we have how many people here. We got enough viewers. I'm gonna go ahead and raid out. Give me a sec.
Yes.
Let's see.
I love a raid.
Is on.
Let's raid Estragos.
Yeah.
And the Duchy of Glevum.
Yeah.
Let's see who's on. Give me a sec. We'll go into Magi RPG. I like those guys. One sec. All right. We are raiding out. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Hang out for the raid if you want to go visit some friends playing Vampire the Masquerade. All right, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.
Bye.